Hey guys, welcome to Soulfully Illumined. In this video, we are doing, the topic is messages for your wounded masculine. I don't know, it's just been popping up the last few days. And so I just felt like, well, why not just do a reading? So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and scroll down below and pick your pile. We got 3 piles down there, 1, 2, and 3. And click on the one that resonates best for you, and I will see you at your pile. Hey there, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. We are going over messages for your wounded masculine. Now, we carry both traits, right? We carry the masculine, we carry the feminine, and in the course of our lives or lifetimes, there can be wounds that we're carrying. And so this reading is, just holds messages for you regarding some core wounds that are popping up in your reality or that are preventing you from moving forward. We're keeping it open, allowing spirit to come through to see what wants to come through for you. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to start with the magical spell cards. So for pile 1 collective, what are the major core wounds here that you want to address for pile 1 collective, spirit? These cards are so big, so they're hard for me to shuffle. We have inspiration. We have destiny. And we have harvest. Okay. And health, bottom of the deck. We'll just put that aside to see if there's any extra messages that want to come through. Where do you want to go? So inspiration. So with the 19 card here with inspiration, it says, Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. And we have Osiris and we have Isis. And then we have destiny. All that I shall need to know as I walk shall now be known. And then harvest. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. So as I'm reading these cards, pile 1, what's coming through here is a core wounding of doubt. And it's self-doubt. It's that doubt, and I'm feeling it kind of go in 2 different directions here. Number 1 is doubt in the self, doubt in yourself, in your ability to manifest the harvest that you desire. The doubt in, will it show up? Did I do enough? Is it good enough? Am I good enough? That coming through. And you know what? It's really interesting because I'm now being drawn to the 19. Right? And the 19 to me is almost at the 20. It's almost at the end because the 1-9, it's like you're almost there at the end game. And usually that's when we're the most tired. That's when we're the most like ready to just give up and say F it. And that's when the doubts become the strongest. It's always darkest before the dawn. But that green energy is really coming forth with that, in a sense of that heart chakra, this excitement, this knowingness, this curiosity to play this game of life. And that is a reminder of the fuel that you have available to you. Because when we're in the fear or when we're stuck in the unknown, right? Yeah, the shadow creeps in, our doubts creep in, and the unknown creeps in. And it's kind of like, well, remember why you started this game in the first place. Remember what that inspiration felt like. and what it brought to you. Opportunity, experience, adventure, creativity. And so the message that's coming here for you, Pile 1, is really to get back to that feeling of curiosity, back into that feeling of, for some of you, it's community. And remembering that key there. Health. That doubt within you, I'm being drawn to that health card where it's like your body may be constricted, your body may be tight, especially through the hamstrings or the calf regions. That's what they're showing me. But even shoulders and the curling in. Sorry, let me bring this up so you can see me a little bit as I'm making certain arm gestures, just in case it helps a little more, because I'm more like, I like to use my hands, and hopefully create a clear vision. But with here, with the health card, and notice how she's like stretching out her arms, stretching out her chest and her body, her heart. I was gonna say her mind, to something bigger, right? And so they're coming back to this idea of inspiration. And sometimes when things may not be occurring or we doubt ourselves, we tend to tighten up because that's the body's way of protection. And so what you're being asked to at this time is to remember your body, because the body is an indicator of your physical manifestations. How do I explain that differently? So basically, if you're tight, you're resisting the flow, right? If you're just fine, like you're anxious, you're resisting the change or the future, or you're scared, or you're inhibiting and blocking to some degree. Anyway, my point is this, is that what they're saying here with this is this wounded masculine aspect of you has been tightening up, has been constricting yourself. And part of it could be, for some of you, is that inspiration or lack of inspiration, or forcing yourself to kind of have that inspiration to do it, but there's no heart really around it. That's for some of you. And so whether it's the unknown of it manifesting, or it's just like you don't have that inspiration to manifest, you're being asked to get back into your body and focus on strengthening the masculine within the physical body. So how do you do that? That could be just the treadmill. That could be just any sort of movement that allows the body to move. That could be light weights as well. It could also be something as yoga, which teaches us balance and focus and resilience. But there's something about that that's going to help to move that inspiration by moving how you feel internally as well as physically. Okay? So that's this direction. Now let's go in the other direction. So I mentioned the fear or the doubt within. And then the other aspect of it is the fear and the doubt with respects to the universe, with respects to the unknown. And you know what? Like, this is like for most people, like 98.9% of the population. Yes, I might be exaggerating the number, but nobody really likes fear, or no one really likes the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen, especially in a world that's a little unbalanced, right? And so what they're saying here is there's this sense or this need of trusting yourself and trusting the the laws of the universe, if you don't know much about the laws of the universe, you might want to just look it up and do some research on it, because it's basically the laws of physics. It comes down to logic. It's not a woo-woo concept. It is the laws of physics. And understanding that you are everything and everything is you. And so there really, truly is no unknown when you understand that concept. And then they bring it back here where it's like, when you take care of yourself and you support yourself and bring yourself that joy, you automatically match your harvest. And it comes in. So there truly is no unknown. There's just spirit. There's just energy. Interesting. Okay. There's still more. There's still more. Yeah. One more. Storm warning. The world in reverse. Okay. And I feel like with you, it's like you've had a rough go in some aspects of your life, and whether that is financial constraints or feeling that lack in your life, or with the storm warning card, things happening around you that you cannot control. It's been difficult to navigate, and it's completely understandable. You got the 113 plus the 10, which is a 23, which equates to the 5. But with the 29, whether it's in reverse or upright, it's like it's still an 11. You're still connected to the divine and still connected to the spirit, no matter whether the 5 exists, the 5 being, you know, the harder times, the change, the natter, a lot of stressful situations, reshifting the mind. So 5 is a difficult number to be in. But regardless of that difficulty, I don't know, I feel like you've still held strong in it and you haven't given yourself enough credit. Just because things are falling down around you, just because things aren't working out the way that you want to, doesn't say anything about you, your character, your heart, your spirit. It just says shit happens. Now let's see how we can navigate the universe to make shit happen for us. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it doesn't, as much as it happens for us in the moment, it's like, no man, this really sucks. And it's not until later that we understand why it happened or what it has done for us. And seeing these cards like this and the world in reverse, I feel like there's that aspect of yourself, and that's that wounded masculine, that's still like, crap, that really sucked. And it still sucks for some of you. But there's an opportunity, there's a possibility being presented to you here, where it's like one can open the door and see emptiness, see a bunch of dust, cobwebs, no financial, just financial constraints as it's labeled down below. Or one can open that door and see, okay, you know what? There's still some coins there. Let's utilize it and let's make it work for us. Let's stretch it out and open up to the opportunities that present to us. Because as I said, this is a game. This is your game. Hold on. Pile 1 collective. Yeah, and it's about approaching things in a new way instead of working it from the ways of the past. And it's okay, right? Those wounds, like you got the 5 again, right? And it's like those wounds run deep, run deep. But there's this thing about honoring the wounds for what they were and then deciding, okay, you know what? This really sucked. All right, next, let's see how I can build a better foundation with those things that have happened to me to make me feel more solid and more safe within myself, but still giving myself the inspiration and the opportunities to stretch out. Something there for that. You got Destiny, bottom of the deck, third eye. I'm hearing this is your time to shine. This is really your time to become the creator of your own reality. It feels like your solar plexus, pile 1, is being amplified and being strengthened at this time. And sometimes we gotta dip a little bit to come back up. Sometimes we have to really see the wounds in order to walk through the fear and just kind of dissolve it. And I feel like that's where you are. But you're being guided to look at your guiding vision with that third eye chakra there. You're being asked to stretch out and open up to the possibilities, because by doing so, it's going to light up that heart chakra and open up the doors to inspiration and possibilities, and ultimately your destiny and harvest. And one more thing, pile 1. The experiences, the hardships, the crappiness that you've been through in your past, it doesn't define you. It doesn't define you. And if you need that moment to step aside, to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself, to bring yourself back, go for it. Fill up your tank. Because your destiny is waiting for you regardless. It doesn't matter. It's still there. It's waiting for you. It's in alignment with your heart. Okay. So pile 1, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed, we would love to have you. And I look forward to reading for you guys again. Thanks again. Bye. Hey there, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. We are going over messages for your wounded masculine. We have both feminine and masculine attributes within us. And, you know, throughout lifetimes, we get wounded. And so we're going over some major wounds that you may be carrying, all right? So let's get into it. We are going to start with this and get right into it. And deck. All right, so for pile 2 collective, major wounds for the masculine. We've got victory. We got divine guidance. Last card. We have inspiration. Okay. Bottom of the deck, harvest. I totally shuffled this pile 2. I totally did. If you're coming from pile 1, they got a couple of these same cards. Sorry, there's this like little dog that's outside and he keeps barking and he keeps barking and he keeps barking, and the owners, I don't even know where they are, and I don't know exactly where the dog's coming from, but he's just like a little puppy and he just keeps crying and crying, and I can't figure out where he's coming from. Anyway, that might be a message for you. But I'm just gonna actually get a couple more cards here. So for pile 2 collective, Major core wounds for the masculine. Major core wounds for the masculine. Door to value. Oh, budgie. Major core wounds. Heart. See, you guys, I swear I shuffled. Okay, so we're getting a lot of money stuff going on here. There's this association with money and value, and that's a big one for the masculine energy, which is like, you need to make money, you need to provide, you need to have a lot of things in order to feel worthy, in order to feel valued, in order to be seen. And so, but I feel like that hasn't really been working for you, pal, too, and it's because Spirit is trying to show you something, that your value doesn't come from things, it doesn't come from money, it comes from you having that firm foundation within yourself. It comes from your heart. That's where it all stems from. But my friends, it's like you've been working through the mind, and you've been working through the details and trying to get things done perhaps in a specific way, in a way that's, you know, very clean lines. You may be detail oriented, be an accountant, you know, deal with things that are more like clear cut. I don't know, I can't explain it another way besides maybe like a type A personality, where you like things in a specific way to create order. But I feel like with you, it's like Spirit may have brought in, or you may have had circumstances where things didn't go as planned, and things didn't show up the way that you purposely designed them to. And what's coming forth here is that, yes, it's because you needed to see these wounds so we can clear it and bring you something better. Look at that, I just noticed that. You got 43 here, and you got 43 here. We got a 7 and we got a 7. You got a 38, you got a 38. It's almost like maybe like you've been on a hunt. Like it's almost like you've been on like an obstacle course to some degree. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do that. Could be something like that. But look, like 31, 13. You know, it's weird. It's like, and maybe you've been flipping to one thing versus another, then one thing versus another. And it hasn't really given you the success, because there's an aspect of the masculine energy within you that thinks you need to just get things done. And it's a wound when you find that it's not manifesting, or that it's not inspired. Like, okay, yeah, I got it done, but I'm still not feeling satisfied. And that's like most people, you know, those people that are like multimillionaires, yet they keep still buying stuff and they keep going places. But if you see them, they don't look happy. I lived in LA for a couple of years. I went to school down there. And I remember seeing these movie stars and looking at them thinking, wow, you're like all famous and stuff, but like you don't look happy. Like you could see the pain in them. And so anyway, I digress. So that's really one of the major things that I'm seeing here, and how materialism impacts your self-worth. But what's happening here, and the reason why it was designed like this, is for you to open up your eyes, pile 2, and to see beyond that. Because when there's none of that there's something else, right? But it depends on whether or not you're focused on the lack, okay? You're focused on the lack, or you're focused on something in front of you, something else in front of you. And I'm hearing divine inspiration. Some of you may be avoiding doing something, taking action in the way that the heart is guiding you, the way that the divine is guiding you, especially with the divine guidance and inspiration. I feel like they're kind of together. That's going to take you to a place of the unknown, or an area that brings you some fear. And it's associated, like it's totally associated with the heart space. Whispers from the beings who shine, let their message be clear and kind. And so some of you may be feeling like you're not really getting that clear guidance. And what I'm hearing back in return is follow the heart, follow the heart, listen to your heart, follow the heart. And it's interesting because it's like, cut yourself some slack in this process, because you're not used to navigating life this way. You're used to doing it in a whole different paradigm, in a whole different way that revolves around money, around systems, around things like that. But you're moving into a different time by healing this aspect of yourself, healing that aspect of the wounded masculine that feels like their value comes from this, and moving it into a place of knowing that your value resides within you. It's not defined by anything that you've created, done, or hold on to. It's just, you already hold value. And so it's surrendering that approach to life and moving into a time of allowing divine guidance, which in turn leads to a harvest that's a little different from what you have been designing yourself. No longer that square box, but moving and expanding into something greater. Really interesting for you. It's like you're at this pivotal moment that really is going to it's this tipping point for you, pal, too. It's like this tipping point from moving from the old into the new, moving from like the 3D, like from the matrix of, our society, and just like tippy-toeing and moving and into this world of spirit. It's really beautiful. It's scary, I know, but it's beautiful. So let's pull a couple more cards here. And what they're saying is you're worthy, right? I think for you it comes down to self-worth and giving yourself that love, that and attention that you didn't receive as a child. So it is associated to inner child. Why did I stop? Triumph. Look at that. You got another 7, buddies. You got another 7. Triumph, victory, success. And I believe, yeah, it is 7. So this is the Chariot card, creating this internal balance. And so maybe you've been having this struggle between, your physical reality and moving in the place of spirit. But you know what? You know how I was saying about the pivotal point? It's like you've been far in one extreme, and it doesn't mean that you're going to go far into the other extreme. You're finding your balance between the two. Sorry, that just made sense now. It just kind of like you're finding that balance. And that balance comes from, you've been so far on this end, which is like the materialism, the matrix system and blah, blah. And you're just slowly walking until you find your center point. You're not going to go to the other extreme. You're going to find your specific center point. As I said that, my timer said 11:11, by the way. So it's like you're slowly working your way into that center balance. But for right now, where you're at right now, they're bringing forth that inner child. And part of the inner child that's associated with this concept here, or what you're experiencing, is where you gained worth and validity from being productive with your parents, right? Like being productive, getting A's, making money. That's how maybe your parents had noticed you or gave you praise. And so it's an old paradigm, it's an old pattern that you're clearing out. And I just keep going straight to the harvest, because now it's time to invest in yourself. right? Whereas before you may have been investing in various investments, you know, things like that. You're moving into a time of investing in yourself and the things that actually light you up and bring you joy. And it may be those material things, but I don't know, there's like a switch that's happening. It's your approach to it that's changing. All right, any last cards for pile 2? We got hope. Oh. Rejoice and celebration, and then we have sacral chakra here. Yeah, it's okay. 7 plus 3, 2, so it's 22, which is 4. You're creating more of a solid foundation, pile 2. You know, and this wounding, this aspect of your masculine is really just being shifted. You're shifting right now. And again, I'm getting solar plexus energy, but sacral plexus connected down to the sacral, because I feel like you're at this state, and some of you it's status in your life where you can actually see your value beyond your monetary gains or what you've built for yourself in your physical reality, or what you haven't built in your life. You can see it. And if you don't, maybe it's time to look in the mirror. Because you're shining bright. You are totally shining bright. Rejuvenation for you, pile 2, is really important for you. Just getting back and just filling yourself up is important to you. There's something about emotions here with you, because you got some water stuff going on here. And the water energy is about like emotionality. And for you, the emotionality is really key for you to bring forth that inner child that felt that lack growing up. Because you may have pulled back on the emotionality as a child because you're so focused on the material, right? To have that approval, to gain that love. And so now it's kind of like you're being streamed back into the emotional, or the emotionally sensitive inner child. The one that just wanted the love. And filling that aspect of yourself up. Because that in turn, there's something about that that invokes creativity for you. Okay? I don't know. That's what I'm getting there. Yeah, but pile 2, this is an interesting shift for you, and a shift that's going to be more balanced for you. That's going to be more fulfilling for you. You'll still have that monetary aspect, right? That physical, those physical manifestations, but you're going to have a nice balance and have a lot of that emotional too, right? That heart-centered emotional fulfillment too. That's where you're kind of going into. All right, but just nurture that inner child, because I really do see that victory happening for you. I really do see you being in that state of happiness, of inspiration, of good relationships that really support you and fill you up, okay, on different levels. All right, pile 2, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Do give it a like if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to doing this for you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey there, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. We are going over messages for the wounded, messages for your wounded masculine within. Now, the reason why I phrased it that way is because we have both masculine and feminine energies, and over lifetimes we carry wounds, right, that come up to be released and to healed when it's time. And so this video is just messages from Spirit that Spirit wants to bring forth for you regarding those wounded aspects of the masculine energy within you. So please take what resonates, leave what does not, and let's get started. So, for pile 3 collective, Spirit, wounded, the wounded masculine. What are the major wounds for the masculine within pile 3? Thank you. So we have grace. We have safe home. One more card. Thank you. Creativity. Sensuality. Your freedom flows from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. All right, pile 3, what I'm getting here is this control aspect that resides within. Okay, so this inner wounding of feeling the need to control, feeling the need to hold on, feeling the need to get things done in a specific way. This controlling attribute that is coming through at this with these cards. And you know, it's a natural thing that we can feel that way, you know, when we just kind of want to take control and just hold on to the control, because it resides from that need of feeling, of wanting to feel safe. And feeling like we need to hold on to control because that's the only way we can be safe and have things done in a certain way so we feel comfortable. And there's that wound that has prevented certain things from manifesting in your reality. By all above and all below, let me connect, let the creativity flow. You have 2 flow cards here. You have, well, 3 actually. You have grace. Grace, blessings come to me to set me free. And then we have the creativity, which I just read. And then we have sensuality. Your freedom flows from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. You got 3 here that talk about flowing and being set free. And I feel like it's like, no, I like to be rigid. I like to stay like this. This is what I know, and this is where I choose to be. And it's a beautiful place. You made this beautiful home for yourself. You made this beautiful, safe space for yourself. I cast this circle round about. Safety now is beyond doubt. But is it? Is it really? I think safety is just an illusion. We really don't know what's going to happen next, what can happen next, and how it's all going to really play out. It's all an illusion. But I'm not here to argue that point with you. I'm trying to explain to you this idea of grace and flow. And I feel like you kind of know this already, that there is this flow to things. But I'm going to bring it in a different way because they want to kind of talk about creativity here. So for you, pile 3, hold on, you know what? Let me just see how they want to go through this here. So clarifiers, please. Ooh. So they're saying here that by being a little closed off and being in a bit of a controlling manner, it's actually put you in a box. It's actually put you in a bit of a box. And similar to pile one, but not really the same, because the way that they're kind of explaining is that you've kind of stopped yourself from moving in directions that would really bring you more joy. It's kind of like with the envy card. It's like you've kept yourself in the dark because this is what feels safe for you. And that's an inner wound. It's an inner wound from old trauma, unresolved trauma from relationships in the past. That's what I'm getting here. That may not resonate with everybody. It might be a little different for other people, but it's kind of like this is no longer the way for you that's the best serving for you. And this wound of being in that box is now being balanced out, or you're being asked to balance out and move forward in your world and expand it beyond where you've been. And so it's kind of like you've been going through this cycle again and again because this is safe. This is what feels good. This is what I know. But there's some things that aren't able to manifest in that space, in that, I'm doing a circle, but circle box, same thing in a sense of it's still constricting you. And with this here, we have the fifth chakra, which is the throat chakra. There's this essence, there's this creativity, Pile 3, that wants to come through with you. There's something that wants to come out through you that cannot be expressed when you're in a rigid state, when you're running this cycle that feels good and comfortable for you. Because there's also some opportunities. For some of you, it's love. For some of you, it's creating something from love that wants to come through for you. But it's requiring you to flow, to be set free from the boundaries of your past. Look at that. What's up with all of these flipped cards? So you got a 39 and you got a 39. You got mirror images here. You have so many skills, Pile 3, and you've been preventing yourself from moving forward. You've been really protecting yourself, because what I'm getting here with the Gabriel card here, it's like almost like you're like this earth angel. You have so much to give to the world. And it's not even about the world, Pile 3. This is about you. This is about your journey. This is about what you have to bring joy to yourself and to the world. And giving yourself that permission and that freedom to flow. But it's like this wounded part of you has been blinded by doing things in a different way. And so instead, running this pattern, instead of looking around and realizing, oh wow, I can have so much more. I can have so much more. I just need to step outside the box. And you know what? I get it. It's scary stepping out of that box, especially when you've been used to people bringing you down, especially when you've been used to the people that you love the most bringing you down. To now shift it and say, this is me and I'm a superpower and it's time for me to play and flow with life. Part of it for you is the shift of perspective. It's the shift of the mindset and empowering yourself and giving yourself permission, that freedom and that compassion to softly, key word here is softly for you. Move in the direction that brings you joy. I feel like I always say that though. Like I always say that. Move in the direction of joy. Oh my God, look at that. 20 and 20. Because I know it's easier said than done. Here, I'm hearing that. I'm like, it's easier said than done. I know, trust me, I know. But that's why grace is required, because I feel like you've been a little hard on yourself. And it's because of your past. But at what point do you look yourself in the mirror and say, F it, it's time for me. It's time for me to flow in the direction that brings me joy. It's time to step out of the box because the box no longer serves me. And there's so much more to experience. You know what I mean? So there's something about that. And there's this, it's this internal masculine that has been ridiculed, that has been put down, that is requiring some tender, loving care. And some of you may be drawn to go back to school or learn something to feel more empowered to make that change. And some of you are already doing that. And congrats to you. You're flowing. But this is truly, you're moving into this time of freedom. What does that word feel like to you? And if you don't know what that looks like, that's okay. Just feel that word. Because once you feel it, you're feeling your flow, and it'll take you towards that creativity. It'll take you towards that love. One step at a time. But I encourage you to talk to that wounded masculine aspect when that doubt creeps in, when you start to tighten up in protective mode. And when you start to doubt, remember this card. Because this is a beautiful depiction of the power that you hold within and all the gifts that you have. See all those tools he has around him? Like, it's nuts. So, I'm going to end this reading with a dream card. I pulled this deck. I didn't use it for anybody. I'm like, oh, maybe it's for pile 3 then, since I didn't use it for pile 1 and 2. So, clear the deck. All right, so for pile 3 spirit, final message for pile 3 collective, wounded masculine. Close your eyes and think about your dream, being alive and real. How do you feel? Cherish this feeling and keep it as your compass. Follow it. I love that. You can take a screenshot if you'd like, pile 3. Follow your flow, my friends. Follow your flow. All right, so that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Do give this video a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't. And I so look forward to reading for you guys again. Thanks, pile 3. Have a great day. Bye.